And welcome to Flexible Games, where we are kicking off a new series here, sort of an appendix to the last series, the 1.0 series, where we're going into Uber production. And the mods that we have set up here, we'll go through all of these. And yeah, so the ones that didn't change, we're still using the inserters. I love Bob's inserters. I love being able to customize the inserters. And I know a lot of people probably cringe at that. But the inserters, if you know anything about robotics, inserters can be any angles. They're very flexible. And so yeah, having this flexibility is, I mean, that's part of the channel. So flexible games, it is what it is. So we have to have inserters. So mods that I've added, Bob's assembly machines. All this does is add new tiers of machines to craft things, and this saves on raw footprint size and allows us to get more production out of the same space. And so it's just, faster machines, and that's good because we're going to be going crazy on our production. I'm going to go for 1,000 science pack per minute base, and this is going to allow us to have that without crushing our UPS, because the machines are going to, we'll need fewer machines to accomplish the same thing, and we'll still need all of the resources and all of the things that you would need in vanilla. You'll just be able to need fewer of those machines, and so that's good. Greenhouse is staying. Logistics mod. This gives us faster tiers of belts. It adds 2 more belt tiers and allows you to customize the belts themselves. It allows you to customize the speeds and the underground distance, and we'll get into that when we go through the settings. The mining mod adds additional tiers of mining drills as well as pump jacks in order to, again, facilitate more production on the resource gathering side. Personal equipment and vehicle equipment, those are just fun mods that I added. These are kind of fun to tinker with and to have, nice setups for all of these. So you don't need these, but they're going to be fun to mess around with. The warfare mod adds new guns and allows higher tiers of lasers, and we don't really need too much defense because I didn't add his enemies mod. Bob's has an enemies mod that adds more tiers of enemies, and the biters at this point in the game are really not that challenging, and so they're more of a nuisance now than ever. So we don't really need more enemies because that's not the point of Uber production. If I did a Death World game, then the biters would be a problem, and we would need those higher tiers because just the sheer amount, or if we added like the rampant mod, something like that. But that's not the point of this Uber production branch of the series. So yeah, this is just mainly for the artillery that we're going to get from the warfare mod. The stacking belt boxes and loaders and the mod integrations. These two are going to help us move more material down the line with fewer belts. We're going to have faster belts because of the logistics mod. But in order to really ensure that we don't need hundreds and hundreds of lanes of belts, the belt boxing is really the way to go for that sort of solution. I'm really going for a UPS friendly Uber production series, and these two are going to be vital to that. So if you want to play along, or if you want to, enjoy Uber production without killing your UPS, maybe you're on a laptop or something that is not super beefy, these are going to be vital, and we'll get into those in due course here. Okay, so some of the other ones. This is a new one. Fluid must flow. The person that pointed out Factorio 2, this is one of the mods that they added, and one of the mods that they've developed. And what this allows is bigger pipes to move fluids and a different sort of fluid system. And I really want to get into it. I've never used it before. I didn't even know it existed, but I want to see, because there's a huge bottleneck with production of like oil products in moving fluids down the line. And so I want to try this out and see just how well this works. So it's more of an experiment for me to see if it actually gives us that solution that we need. Mini loaders, that's not changed. Reverse Spidertron huge grid. This is another one I added for fun. I noticed this one and just searching around. The Spidertron grid is kind of small, and so this one makes it obscenely large and makes the Spidertron basically invincible. But it's a fun thing. It's late game. And it's this mod here is the reason I added the vehicle equipment mod. Because I just want to get into Spiderbot and just lay waste, to everything around me. So yeah, that's mainly why I added this, because I just want to have fun with Spidertron. I haven't really done a whole lot with him, or her, I guess. But I just want to have some fun with Spidertron to take out enemy bases. And this one, where is my body? This, if you die, this adds a line to your body, so you can find it a lot easier. I haven't done a lot of dying in this series, but we're gonna be going crazy with production and crazy with stuff, and so that's a good one there. The where is my body? That's a good one. Okay, now settings. You go to mod settings. We got a lot more mod settings in here than we did before. If you go to the first episode of the 1.0 series, you'll see we have way more settings in here. And these are the general standard settings that I use. And some of these, some people might cringe, but again, we've covered all the vanilla stuff. We've covered how that process works. And so now I want to get into customizing the game to be enjoyable for me and just sort of streamline the process of building a factory. And this will go a long ways. Mainly, the belt distance per tier is 30. Now, this vanilla is like I don't know, 2, and then starts at first belt distance is like 4 or something. Like it's ridiculous how little distance an underground belt goes. And these settings allow us to be way more flexible in our designs and allow us to create, elegant, non-cluttered layouts and just allow us a little bit more flexibility in terms of how we build. This belt requires previous tier is unchecked. As you can see, again, I'm trying to streamline the process. You can enable or disable or whatever. You can have whatever settings that you want in here to cater to whatever game style you want to play. And if you want super grindy, large setups, you can enable, belt distance. These require previous tier, and the same with inserters. Inserter require previous. You can enable all of these and not have any problems. And so we're gonna have to refactor our mall in order to take advantage of this process here. So yeah, a lot of it will be to refactor some things. And so the settings that I have mainly are to streamline the process and to get us where we need to go, and get us the production levels that we need in order to maintain the amount of production that we're going to need to maintain. Here's the Bob's mining. All that stuff is enabled. So the deadlock stacking and belt box and compact loaders. This is that new stacking mod. And here are the settings. I have everything that is enabled. And then the stack size I have set to 25. And I'll explain these numbers. There are descriptions for all of these. But 25 is a decent number to hit. I think it defaults to 4 and that's not even near enough what we want. So 25 will save us an exceptionally large amount of belt on the ground, which is going to help our UPS rate. It's going to be game changing and what this does to our UPS simulation rate. Okay, so the fluid must flow. This I didn't change any of these settings except for the max underground length. I set this to 60 just to give us a little bit of option there. I'm not sure, if 60 is too much or if it's too little, but we're going to be able to go 60 tiles with our undergrounds for that mod, and I think that's going to help us quite a lot. Everything else, I think, is pretty standard. The map, again, nothing really changes in here. None of the mods that we added do really anything for that. And the players, basically these are all default values. Okay, so everything in here is set, and we'll get into the belt boxes and stuff as soon as we load this. Now, when we load this, it really shouldn't break anything in the game, but we'll see. I haven't loaded the mod, or I haven't loaded our old map yet. All right, so map is good. We have ourselves some crafting here, and the crafting, incidentally, on the assembly machines, I think gets bumped up a little bit. If we look, we have a whole bunch more research, as you can see, and that is understandable. There is one mod that we added called Factorio Power Redux, Redo, and that's going to allow us some low UPS or some UPS friendly things, mainly the solar panels. Solar, incidentally, is very UPS friendly, very UPS friendly, compared to, say, nuclear, which we are on right now. This has to simulate all of the fluid in here. It has to simulate the consumption of steam. It has to simulate every single one of these turbines and the fluid they have and the steam they're consuming. Like, there's a lot of simulation going on in this one setup, and you can easily push your game to the limits by having multiple setups like this. So just be aware that this situation is not really helpful in large power systems. You really want solar, and in order to prevent us from needing half of the map, for vanilla solar panels, I added that mod, which consumes a vast amount of material, but it's going to get us where we want to go in terms of power production. So yeah, there's a whole lot to refactor here, and the artillery shell. I'm going to cancel this. It saves its spot. Research 9%. It saves it, no problem. So we want basically to punch out some of these researches, which are going to go pretty fast. Now you'll notice, if you noticed, one mod I do not have in here is Bob's modules, and that, I think, for a large number of people, is a bridge too far. His modules are pretty crazy in terms of kind of OP. The modules that he does, very OP. So I am going to not use his modules. I'm just gonna keep with vanilla modules, and we'll see how we do on that front. Okay, so we have an expansive amount of copper. Oh, look at that. Copper is doing not too good. Okay. So we have a bunch of, let's do some stacking. Repair pack 3. I want to get into some Roboport action here. one of the things I love about his logistics mod is he adds new tiers of roboports all the way up to tier 4, and they're pretty awesome. I might just redo our mall. This is pretty crazy. As you can see, the reds do not the mods do not need the previous version, so all of this is really superfluous. And as you can see, they don't use lube anymore either, which is weird because could have sworn lube was in there somewhere. Why is this taking so long? 30 seconds times 50. We're really taking that long? I mean, do we have any research done in speed? I guess we could do something like that. Well, those are just taking forever. It's only 50. That's crazy. I don't really use the large area mining drills all that much. They're useful if you have a situation of like rail, your rail lines, if they cross patches of ore, you can use those large area drills to mine underneath the rail without really messing up your rail system. It's just that you get a wider area of coverage. Yeah, we're gonna need an expansive amount of space in order to grow. So I'm thinking we're gonna want a different mall setup. Maybe I should do the mall up here because it's gonna take some space. Let's get rid of some trees. And then there's this we can use to get some more coverage because we don't really have a whole lot of coverage. Let's go up like that and then over like that. Now, that'll give us, a little bit of wood. We got lots of wood, but it'll give us a little bit more. So one of the big draws that we're going to be needing is blue circuits. Blue circuits are really it's just a sink. It's just a giant resource sink. And it's nice starting this Uber production sort of away from a lot of what we normally would do, starting over from scratch. So at least we don't have to start from scratch. Let's see. So I want to do modular roboports. These top tier roboports, huge area, which again helps us be UPS friendly because we won't have dozens and dozens and dozens of roboports sitting around anymore. Like the sheer closeness of these roboports is hurtful to my being. And unlike the stream, we actually have pollution enabled here. This is another thing you can disable in order to get a little bit more UPS friendly, but I'll keep it enabled for now because we're well defended. So the new mall, I mean, we're going to need pretty much all the resources over there, including like brick and plastic and all of the things. So there's plastic, circuits, there's copper, iron is down here somewhere. Cannot reach. I have long reach. What? Did something mess with the long reach mod? That's suspicious. Why is that a thing? Okay, what else? We're probably gonna need brick. Where's my brick at? There's my brick. Okay, so we should be able to just squeeze around that and that. Okay. Yeah, these are slow. I'm going to disable. Yeah, something happened with my long reach. I'm gonna have to see what happened with my long reach mod here. That is not cool. Something either overrode it or I don't know what happened. Okay, so the mall we're gonna have up here, which means we're probably going to. Do we need any other resource? Don't think we're gonna need stone, but I know we're gonna need all of this. I don't think we're gonna need coal. So let's do this, and this. Oh my goodness. And then brick. So these, max length 120. Yeah, we can go a ways with these. So let's go way out here. Probably nest these together. And then circuits can all be in one bundle. Yeah, that's gonna bother me. Not that long reach is. It's a vital mod, or it's a vital change. I don't know why it's not cooperating with me. Okay, so this goes underground there, underground there. Oh, that doesn't really need to be underground, does it? Okay, so that is those. We want to do the same sort of thing here. With an underground there, there. Okay, there's more ingredients. If we go to, see what I mean by that. What happened to my long distance mod? I don't understand. I don't understand what happened to it. You know, we could probably save ourselves a little headache by doing that. And then taking these out like that. That makes a little bit more sense. Alright, now we got all the base materials over here. And we can start automating what we need. So I think belt is going to be up above. Now I should have... Oh, I guess red is the... Red is the... weird. Let's do pump jack. No, let's do mining drills, mining drills, mining drills. And we're going to want turrets 2 we don't really need. Stacking 2 we're definitely going to want. And 3. And logistics 4. And 5. Okay, so if we look at logistics 5, this is the top tier. Ultimate transport belt, steel and gears. Pretty straightforward. So we are going to want, let's do belt. We don't have that done yet, so obviously. So that's going to be belt, undergrounds, and splitters. And splitters are probably going to use, yeah, they're going to use blue circuits. So we can put blue circuits. And we are going to mainly use steel and gears. No, we don't have gears on the bus. We might want to do that. It's one thing I've avoided this whole time is putting gears on the bus. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Let's see. Gears. Yeah, I don't know why my long reach mod isn't taking. It's very strange. Let's do that. This is kind of a hokey system, but we're gonna need a lot of iron. It's nice having my underground distance again. Okay. And then this one is going to go down, over, up. Like so. That's a way to get it on both sides of the belt. We got an even 8, so, you know, that'll work. All right, now, is there a spot next to this sulfur? Okay, so this, I'm glad I looked. So that spot next to the sulfur is actually taken. So we're going to want a new line for this in this gap here. Let's give ourselves a little bit of space on either side of this. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of prep work in just getting the base up to the mods that we just added. How did that not? It didn't work so well. And we could probably drop those right down here. Okay, so we're gonna need steel and gears up here. Pretty straightforward. If we look at this, steel and gears, steel and gears, and this thing we're not going to use, the compact loader. We have the mini loaders, and those are a wholly different challenge. So we're going to want steel and gears. So steel is right there. Gears right there. I'm thinking steel is going to be there and gears are going to be there. Makes it a little bit easier. And then we want plastic to zip around. We need steel to zip around. I think that is all we need there. So obviously we're going to need a couple of those. That and that. Oh, yeah, these researchers are taking a lot longer than I thought. I wonder if I could have sworn I did a research speed. Like, yeah, laboratory. Oh, yeah, see, I've got 3, 4, 5. Could have really beefed up the speed. All right, so substations. The other mod I didn't add is Bob's Power. He has a power mod that gives you more levels of substation. Basically, he has 3 extra levels of power poles and substations amongst, new levels of like all of this and all the steam engine stuff. And I really love his substations, but the problem with that is, his substations are like one of the top tier level 4 substations is equivalent to that coverage. So you have one substation in the middle here that has that much coverage. While awesome and while super nice, it basically makes it so blueprints only work with that mod. And so I want to have a little bit more freedom in, my blueprints, and I don't want to force that mod. And so I keep with the lower level substations just because it's a little easier to maintain and to track all that stuff. All right, so the other thing that this is going to give us is access to ultimate inserters, which amazingly we don't have express. We don't have express inserters. Interesting that those are not unlocked yet. That technology was hidden from us. But anyway, yeah, I got a little bit of research to do, and we'll get on that. But we're really long in the tooth right now as far as episode goes, and yeah, I'd like to get some stuff researched so we can actually automate a lot of this stuff. And so yeah, that is going to have to do it for this episode. Please hit that like button if you are looking forward to the series. Comment down below if you want to yell at me about something, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see you next time.